welcome to our third Q&A. What are we doing this for, guys?
100,000, baby.
100,000.
100K. Boom. We're in the single comma club.
I thought it was just for 2016.
No.
Oh.
Incorrect.
You're wrong.
100,000, Jasmine.
Come on, Jasmine. Yep.
Sorry.
Get on the same page.
It together.
So,
there's two sides to every argument.
We asked you guys to submit your questions. You submitted hundreds of questions.
Yeah, you did.
So we've put together some of our favorites, and we'll get to answering some of them for you.
Sure. Do it. All right, I'm gonna ask this question. Question comes at us from Craig Carey. The question is, will Jasmine and Ash ever go out? I think they should. Who else does? I think that's a great idea. What do you guys think, guys? Rick, I'm down. I think
that's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
I think you guys would make a really good couple.
You're putting us on the spot.
I feel like I've been to your wedding already.
Okay, hold on. Guys. Shh. Jazz, you want to go out with me?
No.
We tried. I don't think your wife is going to approve of that.
I know, apparently not.
Do you approve of that?
I have to ask my husband.
This one comes from our friend in Asia.
Yeah.
And this was asked before, but I figure we can revisit this. Maybe something's changed over the last year. We're trapped on a desert island. Only one of us survives. Who is it and why?
I'm saying Rick.
I'm still going with Rick.
This guy is a fucking MacGyver.
And he's tenacious. He'll find a way to survive, even if it means killing the rest of them.
And numerous times he has told us that he would kill us for food. Like, this is not like a question. Like, if there were ever a question of like, food's not going to be be boom, we're
honestly, I'm probably going to pull like a move, like an ultimate chicken horse move, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to see what you guys do.
Exactly.
I'm going to slowly back away on the island. I'll just watch from the trees.
Yeah. Our whole channel has just been preparation for the day that this happens.
True. That's true. You know, he's the one who plays the survival games. I'm just saying, he knows what's up.
That's true, and I do know how to build a alien speeder bike.
Oh, go check out Vortex if you haven't seen it yet.
More Gizler Gamer asks, Price, can you teach us something?
Yes.
Well,
you want me to?
Oh, okay, that's the question.
All right, so let's see. A brain freeze. A brain freeze is essentially your. What happens is the roof of your mouth gets so cold that the blood kind of rushes to try and warm it up. And as a result, the blood is kind of moving away from the rest of your brain. So what your brain thinks is happening is that it's kind of under attack. And so that's why you get that major, massive headache, because your brain is saying, something is going on. But really, it's just because blood is trying to go and warm up the roof of your mouth.
Price.
The brain freeze.
Can you dumb that down for me a little bit?
I think I got a brain freeze just from that.
Well,
no, I always thought a brain freeze is a little hamster in your head.
There you go.
It just got too cold and it just started.
There's your answer.
He shivered. Yeah, it's the hamster.
Yeah, explain to me like I'm 5, please.
You get a cold, owie, owie, and your brain goes, eh.
A little bit more.
Eh.
Pito Does Gaming asked, what are your favorite bands or singers?
Oh, gosh.
Oh. Lately I've been listening to a lot of Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash?
Really enjoying it.
I love Johnny Cash. I got a pistol, a 6-shooter tattooed when he died on my arm. But there's this guy at work who every single day insists that we listen to the Johnny Cash Pandora station. And that station, seriously, like there's 5 different artists. It's like Johnny Cash and Hank Williams and like Waylon Jennings. And it's just the same like 20 songs.
Yep.
You're sick of it?
Ad infinitum. And now I'm like, oh my God, have you made me hate Johnny Cash?
Wow. That's possible.
Terrible person. But Johnny Cash is great, man.
Yeah.
How about you, Press?
For me, I kind of bounce around between what I like. I think right now I've been really into kind of synthwave 80s style stuff that sounds like it came straight out of the 80s. And so really loving Gunship. That album came out in July. That's the name of the band and also the name of the album, Gunship. It's very 80s inspired synth, very cool, or John Carpenter soundtrack sounding type stuff. There's a band called Perturbator, similar in vein. That's the kind of stuff I've been listening to. So anything like that, just go enter it into Pandora or whatever, and you're going to understand the kind of music that I'm into. Yep.
I've always been into electronic music, so I'd probably go with like Daft Punk or DJ Shadow. Probably.
But you also like a lot of mambo too.
Lately,
Yes.
when I'm doing
And Calypso.
when I'm doing dishes, man, I'm all about having Mambo in the kitchen. Mambo in the kitchen's where it's at.
Mambo in the Kitchen needs to be a
so
song.
great.
Can you make a song called Mambo in the Kitchen?
If there's not already,
He
I would
also-
be shocked.
Whenever he cooks, he also listens to mariachi.
Yeah.
My mind is being blown right now.
You gotta have high energy music in the kitchen. Man.
Okay.
That's what.
Okay.
I know. For like while I'm on my commute to work, I'm all about Daft Punk, Glitch Mob, DJ Shadow, all those guys.
Sure. Yeah.
For me, it's probably a toss-up between Fugazi, which is a band out of DC.
I think it's pasta, actually.
There was a band called Minor Threat who started the hardcore scene, the straight edge hardcore scene, and the singer of Minor Threat started a pretty seminal band called Fugazi,
I've heard
who's
Fugazi.
pretty. They kind of like started the whole post-hardcore thing. Anyway, Fugazi, and probably a second, the Vandals. I really like the band The Vandals.
The Vandals.
I really like punk rock that's kind of silly and stupid.
Sure.
And yeah.
Right on.
Cool.
I wanna address this one right now. King Comic, you asked Boba Fett or Jango Fett. Now this to me, no question, Boba Fett.
It's always Boba Fett.
Always
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Like, is Corvette an option? Like,
How are you not gonna pick one?
I think
my thing is I don't care.
My thing is,
my thing.
I think to clarify this, we are all. I'm almost 30. The rest of we're 30 or older. Essentially, the prequels were not for us.
Yeah.
So Jango, not for us.
Yeah.
So Boba, if you got to pick anyone, it's like Boba Fett.
He's so mysterious. He doesn't really talk, He's a badass. And there's an awesome made fan trailer for the Boba Fett movie, which is phenomenal.
I have not seen
it.
it.
Is the production quality of this
say
is through the
phenomenal?
roof. It is phenomenal. You deal with it.
I have a question. Here's from Joe Thomas. Besides favorite foods, which we've been talking about, do you play instruments? I have played both the trombone and the flute.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I played the clarinet for 1 year in 5th grade.
Really?
Never got good at it. I could blow in it. I know how to do the reed. I can make it make sounds. Yeah. Pretty much after that, nope.
I have played the violin, the piano, and the drums.
See, the violin is more surprising to me because I just never.
You just learned that recently.
I did.
I played that for less than a year when I was in like 3rd grade. I played the piano probably for the longest, so I know how to play like When the Saints Come Marching In. And then the drums never really went anywhere. I was never in a band or anything with it. I had a full set and stuff that I sort of like banged around with, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, I could play on the drums, but I couldn't join a band or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in and out of bands for most of the last decade. So I played bass for a very long time. I played guitar for a little bit, and then I played drums for the longest period of time. So I think I played drums for like 5 or 6 years in one band, and then I was a singer in a band for a while. So fairly musical, but it's been a while since I've done any of that, and I miss playing the drums. I live in a very small apartment, so having a drum set's just not feasible.
Yeah.
It's like I could either have my Stumpt set up with all my computer or the drums. I don't think I can have both.
Your neighbors
So-
might really.
Plus, they'd kill me. There are ways to do drums in apartments. You like cover everything in like towels and stuff. But I am looking forward to one day once we are able to move out of that apartment and into someplace bigger, of getting kind of like the soundproofing for the Stumpt setup, and then also getting a little drum set in the back so I can finally drum again, because drumming is just it's so good. I love it. I think I saw a question down here from John Cotto.
Oh.
When Stumpt makes it big, will the revival of Throwback Thursdays be taken into consideration? I think that's something that we could take into consideration all the time. I loved Throwback Thursdays, and it was just a question of kind of, figuring out the right ones. And maybe now that it's been a while since we've done one, maybe it's time to start
Here's
thinking
the thing
bringing it
about
back.
Throwback Thursdays. Not a lot of games from back in the day are 4-player.
That's true.
Finding good old games that are 4-player
Yeah.
is tough to come by. So we have tournaments where we have 2 players, fighting games and whatnot. But it just wasn't as common 10 or 20 years ago as it is now.
And a lot a lot of them have issues because we have to try and emulate them or something like that because, you can't track down the console or the copy of the game or whatever. And so as a result, there's always like technical hiccups and things like that. I will say this. I'm planning on playing some games that I played when I was younger that were like really seminal games for me. Yeah. So while it may not be Throwback Thursdays, definitely folding in some classic games or older games into our, always playing the newest stuff is something that's definitely going to
Throwback Thursdays fitting it better with Stumpt Branch now than on the Stumpt main channel.
Sure. Especially if we can't track down that many good multiplayer.
Sure.
Games. Yeah. But I'll say part of the reasons we stopped doing Throwback Thursdays is I started to become kind of a stick in the mud about trying to make sure that we have rights to play any game that we put on the channel. And with the classic games, it was like impossible.
It's a dead zone. You don't know.
I think now it's not that big a deal. Because freaking everybody does it.
Yeah. There was a time when we would check everything to make sure.
Like we had a huge spreadsheet that said, yes, we have the rights from this developer, or they've given blanket rights and stuff like that.
Well, but now that we've got a network, it's a little bit easier. Like if you don't have a network to cover your back and you're just going it alone, you don't want to take on Nintendo by yourself.
Right.
Oh, no, that goes to another question.
That segues, into another question.
Do you have it?
I don't have it, but it is basically, why don't we play Nintendo games?
Or will you, I think it was like, will you be playing any Nintendo games soon?
No. That's just the honest truth.
And basically just because of the, Polaris told us that there are YouTubers on Polaris who play Nintendo games, and sometimes it's okay. But honestly, whether or not Nintendo is going to tell you, we don't want you monetizing this, it's really up in the air. It's hit or miss.
And the only way to cover yourself is to join Nintendo's creator program or whatever it's called, which they take 70% of your profits.
Well, not only do they do that, but then they also give themselves the ability to essentially control your channel, and that's just not something that we're willing to accept as content creators. So if Nintendo revises their policy to match the policies of every other company, which is that they recognize the benefit of Let's Plays, and they just kind of allow it to be done as it is, then we will gladly play tons of Nintendo games. There are tons of great Nintendo games, but until then, no, there's plenty of other games we want to play.
Nintendo are the only publishers who do this, too. Everybody else has been pretty cool.
I'll say this, too. Nintendo only has this policy on YouTube. So it's possible you may see us play some Nintendo things in the future on Twitch or something like that.
Until they get that, too.
But, and Nintendo games are great, too, because they do specifically try to make games for four-person local things. Yeah. But they're sort of screwing YouTubers.
So. And so, it's never good practice to reward bad behavior, and Nintendo has been a very, very bad boy.
Yeah, they have very unfair practices. And then grandma? They also...
would you say they've been naughty?
Been a naughty
Are they naughty Nintendos?
It's a bad Nintendo.
Oh.
It's naughty
Nintendo.
Now I want to do it. Now I want to play Nintendo.
God damn it.
All right, here comes one from Biff Manley.
Biff Manley! I love the name.
On a scale of yes to definitely, are better than pancakes?
No.
Definitely.
Yes, it's a definite.
It's a definitely.
It's a definite.
Yep.
Your premise is flawed from the start because you included the words best and waffles in the same sentence.
You know what's happening? Every time someone said the word waffle in this question, it's been replaced by donkey noises.
That's not fair.
I love that is Ash's power now, is he just puts donkey noises over things. Oh man.
Anyway, the choices were yes and definitely, not no and donkey noises.
I refuse to answer such a ridiculous question that obviously is false.
And segueing into another snack, Andrew Hall asks, I would very much like to know, what is Rick's favorite sugary snack?
This, I'll just go ahead and check off Brenner's question, which is just gummy bear ? It used to be gummy bears, but then Brenner sent a gigantic gummy bear, which has intimidated me. And now I don't know if I can look at gummy bears the same.
You see what you've done, Brenner? Sending like a 5-pound gummy bear to Rick?
I mean, gummy bears have
You're lucky he's still alive.
They've always been my go-to. But I've kind of been into Skittles lately.
Skittles are fantastic.
Skittles.
You're tasting the rainbow?
I'm tasting it, baby.
By the way, I just found out recently, a couple years ago, they got rid of the lime Skittles and they put in green apple instead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gross.
No.
Gross.
So what people have done, you can still get lime in some like tropical version of Skittles. So people buy both. And they replace the green apple with lime.
That's great.
Good, because lime is the best flavor.
I'll be honest, though. I like sweets. I've got a sweet tooth.
He does. So Skittles, hit us up with that collab.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, here's a good one.
Wait, you got another one?
Yeah, Hubert Dabrowski. Are you guys ever going to show your faces? It would be so cool to do a face reveal in one of those Q&A videos. No, stop asking.
What?
I don't want you to see my face.
What?
Stop.
I don't get.
Stop.
I don't get the appeal. You know?
Well, that's something that a lot of people don't know is that these aren't our faces.
No, this is actually Face Rig.
Yeah.
I don't even know this. This is the update for Face Rig.
Right.
And this is what we've been using for.
You guys, like, I don't look like
you know
this.
what? This is, Jasmine is such a good artist. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I'm actually in real life. I'm just a cat.
You're right. It's true. I mean, I don't know how you get the voice to work so well, because all I hear is meows.
All right, everybody. I think that's been all the questions. I hope we got some good answers for you guys. I appreciate everyone that did ask us a question. There was hundreds of them, and I apologize if we didn't get to your question.
Yeah.
But just know this is our third Q&A, so if you haven't seen the other two, we answer a bunch more questions there. So there'll be links down there in the description below, I'm sure.
You guys are going to know so much about us.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, thank you guys so much for helping us get to 100,000.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's beautiful.
And until we reach the next milestone, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been Stumpt. I've been Ash, my Rick Price, Jasmine. We'll catch you all next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.